Hi, folks. Justin Dion from Western New England University School of Law, and I'm the Assistant Dean of Academic and Bar Success. So good to see you guys. I just want to talk a little bit about the bar application process and some of the basic things to consider as you're working on your bar application. First, there's a lot of information online. You want to be very sure to check your state's bar application process. Each state varies from state to state insofar as timing, when the bar applications are due, the formatting, how they want things submitted, and also the information that they're looking for you to include. So be sure that you're very careful as you read the information on the respective websites and that you plan to get things done in a timely manner, keeping in mind that the bar application often requires you collect a lot of information that might take you several days or more in order to put together. So start early and get it in early. Many states also have an incentive. They will have a reduced fee if you get your bar application in earlier. So certainly take advantage of that. Why spend additional money because it took you a little longer to put things together? So again, that's important. Get that information that's specific to your state and start working on collecting that. Number two, I always tell my students, be very honest. The bar examiners do a very thorough job insofar as evaluating your character and fitness in order to determine whether or not they have any concerns about giving you a law license. That means they will do a very intensive background check on you, and they will get access to a lot of records that you may not know existed or you personally may not have access to. So, for example, if they're asking you about disciplinary matters that you've faced at school, either in law school or before, again, the fact that the residence hall director told you, don't worry about this, I'm not going to, make this part of your permanent record, it very well may be somewhere buried in those administrative records, and the bar examiners may get access to that. The best policy is just to be honest. Don't work off this policy of they've asked a question for me to disclose something that's embarrassing or not favorable. Do I disclose it or do I not disclose it because they're not going to find out about it, right? That second option is really not the philosophy that you want to have as you are thinking about completing your bar app. The best advice I can give you is to disclose, disclose, disclose. When in doubt, disclose. Be honest out there. Part of the reason for that is, again, the bar examiners are evaluating your character and fitness to practice law, and something that you may have done in college, made a mistake, and we all have made mistakes in the past. It is what it is, but if you're being deceptive on your bar application, that means you are showing signs of dishonesty now. You haven't made a mistake that you've evolved from, but you're being dishonest now. And that's really the biggest issue from the bar examiner's perspective, because again, as an attorney, theoretically, you're going to be handling a lot of clients' money, property, their lives in some instances, and their job is to protect the public from dishonesty. And if in fact you show signs of being dishonest, that may be a significant barrier for you to get your law license. So it's always best to disclose that information up front. Don't hide it, just be honest with it, be honest with them. The third issue is, kind of building off that, you also don't need to go overboard. So if they ask you a very specific question, answer the question. I work with a lot of students who, again, as lawyers, they've learned to express themselves and write a lot of information down. If you were asked, have you, just to describe any criminal infractions and you had a drunk driving incident, you list the drunk driving incident with the information that you have insofar as when, where it took place and any ramifications. But don't sit there and write a 6-page narrative describing how the entire process happened from start to finish, how you were going through a breakup and made a bad decision to go out drinking and it led to this and that. just answer the question. That's really what you want to do. If the bar examiners have more questions for you, so if you've responded honestly, accurately, and truthfully, and they have follow-up questions, they'll reach out to you. They'll reach out to you and ask you for additional information or documentation. So the best bet is, again, be honest, be upfront, but be direct. Answer the question that they have and that's in front of you without providing them with a million documents and other pieces of information that are irrelevant to the question. Now, if you're responding to a question and you have had something more complex in your life, then again, you may need to provide a more in-depth description and documentation. But like I said, I would try to keep that relatively narrow, answer the question they ask, and if they have a follow-up, they will let you know. So those are just a couple of quick tips to think about as you're beginning the bar application process. Keep an eye out for some other videos. I'm going to have another few videos with smaller segments that you can watch. And as always, if you have any questions, I'm happy to talk to you. Thanks.